Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is David with MBLEx Test Prep. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, to put it lightly. Over a year since I've done a live stream, so I figured I got a few extra minutes. Let's jump on here, see if anybody is willing to come along on this wondrous, fabulous journey. This live stream. Okay, so before we get started, I do have to, get some plugs out of the way. I do have a brand new textbook. Okay, I don't know if this is if it's flipped, it might be mirrored on my screen. It's backwards, but this is the MBLEx Test Prep Complete Study Guide for the MBLEx, the 2019 edition, written by yours truly, 100% written by me. Lots of great stuff in here. Here's all this stuff about pathology, and here's kinesiology. Go over all those muscles and stuff. So definitely go over to Amazon.com or my website, MBLExTestPrep.com, which will redirect you to Amazon to order your copy. This is what my book looks like. If there might be other books out there titled MBLEx Test Prep. Those are not mine. This is mine. So make sure you pick this one up. Okay. If it doesn't have my name on it, it ain't mine. Okay. Because I put my name on it, like Herm Edwards said. Okay. So got that out of the way. Definitely pick that up. This is not actually on the book. This little part says not for resale. This is the proof copy of my book. I'm waiting for the order, my book order, to actually come in. It's a busy holiday season, whatever, everybody's sending gifts and stuff. And, well, I figured this is my gift to you, I suppose. Gift, if you want to call it that. So let's talk. I'm here to answer your questions. So hey, my dear Babby is also here to answer your questions. So excuse the baby in the background. He's just hanging out, having fun. Okay, so do I still have the discount? I have increased the price of my book. I've increased it by $5, so now it is $54.99. Regular price of that. Okay, my cat. Regular price is $59.99. So definitely there is still a discounted price added on to that. So head over there and save yourself a couple bucks. And I think Amazon does have a coupon available right now where if you spend over $20 on a product, you get $5 off. So you can add that on, and that drops it back down to $49.99. So definitely take advantage of that. Also, if you do order my book, I know I say this all the time, every day. Every time I do a live stream or a podcast or anything, if you order my book, please leave a review on Amazon for me. I'm just one guy in this big, crazy world trying to make a living. I'm the only person responsible for this book. Reviews go a long way towards helping me make a living. So definitely, please leave me that review. Okay, so what other questions do we have in regards to the MBLEx? Anything you want me to go over while I'm here, or any concerns you have about the exam itself? Well, let's hear them. Oh man, I need a haircut. All right, trivia time. What protein is hair made of? Same protein as your fingernails. Same protein that makes, oh, you can't even see that, calluses. What do you think? Yeah, keratin. There you go. What drugs will help you study? Are we talking legal drugs or illegal drugs? Yes, the answer is keratin. Illegal drugs or legal drugs? What do you think? Illegal drugs, I will absolutely not be telling you which illegal drugs to partake in. However, here in Nevada, Nevada is one of the handful of states where marijuana is recreationally legal, I suppose. So I don't know. Everybody reacts to different drugs differently. So um, who knows? That might be your thing. Marijuana, not exactly my cup of tea, but to each their own. So let's see. Do they change the testing every year? No, they do not change the testing every year. So what they do is they have a group of people, the FSMTB. They convene every few years. They send out surveys to people in the workforce that kind of help to create this test, and I am not one of them, unfortunately. Kind of should be, but I digress. What they do is they send out these surveys, and the people that fill out the surveys say, well, this is important to the massage therapy field right now, and this isn't. And then they kind of design the test. They design their practice tests or practices. Yeah, I'm so used to this book. I'm talking about practice tests instead of actual tests. Speaking of practice tests, in this book, you get 5 full-length MBLEx practice tests, in addition to practice tests on every individual subject: massage therapy, A&P, pathology, and kinesiology. Over 700 practice test questions in this book. Cannot beat that. Anyway, so they design their test based on what these people tell them in these surveys. So that's the reason that the test was changed last year, in the middle of the year, to eliminate the massage history portion. So you don't need to know any of the people of importance that were involved in massage therapy, because honestly, it's just not that important to you being a massage therapist, if that makes any sense. Like you, I don't know, a mechanic. Let's just use a mechanic as an example. A mechanic doesn't need to know the history of the automobile in order to fix a car, right? So you are a mechanic of the body, of the muscles, right? You don't need to know that Per Henrik Ling was involved in massage therapy. You don't need to know that Charles Taylor introduced the Swedish movement cure to the U.S., okay? You definitely don't need to know any of that stuff. Some people disagree with me, but in my opinion, that stuff not important to you becoming a massage therapist. So in those surveys, they determined that information just not important, so they got it out of there. So they do not change the test every single year. It's every few years they look and see if there's anything that needs to be changed, and if something does need to be changed. Like they feel that anatomy needs to be focused on more, or kinesiology needs to be focused on more. Basically, they'll just add an extra question to the algorithm. So every test it consists of 100 questions, and every category that makes up that test has a defined amount of questions that you're going to get in that subject. So we'll just say, I don't know, kinesiology, you get 20 questions, right? 20 questions, no matter what, no matter who you are, you're going to get 20 questions on something that they consider kinesiology. So if they determine that something needs to be changed in it, man, I'm super Italian. I talk with my hands. I apologize if that's distracting. If they feel that anatomy or kinesiology needs to be focused more, they'll up it to like maybe say 23 questions that you get on kinesiology, and then they would subtract a question or two from each other subject to kind of focus more on the kinesiology, if that makes sense. So not every year, every few years, and that's how they kind of decide what they change. John, you're not John. Why does this test? You are John. Why does it seem I can't read? Apparently I can't read. Why does it seem this test has been designed not to pass? Well, the FSMTB is a business and they want your money. So I mean, as a business owner, I completely understand why they wouldn't want somebody to pass. They want to make sure that you actually know the information, right? They don't want a bunch of massage therapists going out into the field that don't know what they're doing. And unfortunately, not every jurisdiction has practical exams where somebody actually watches you do a massage perform a massage, I should say, on a client to make sure that you understand how the massage strokes work, how to stretch certain parts of the body, etc. Um, so unfortunately, not every place has that. Some places do, some places don't. Most places don't. So the MBLEx is really what they kind of base everything on. It's like, if you know this information, you should be good at massage therapy, right? And good at massage therapy is completely subjective. So everybody's got a different opinion on what a good massage therapist is. That's right. Everybody has a different opinion. Even my baby agrees on what a good massage therapist is. So, I mean, in my opinion, I'm the greatest massage therapist on the planet, bar none. In other people's opinion, maybe they are. Like I said, everybody's different. Okay, so the MBLEx is designed to make sure that you actually know the information. So, I mean, if you know the information, you're going to pass. But they want it to be difficult so that maybe you have to retake it and drop another $200 on them at some point. I mean, it is a business. You got to understand that. Like, people don't do this out of the kindness of their heart. As much as I wish I could say I create these study guides, this one right here, the MBLEx Test Prep Complete Study Guide for the MBLEx 2019 edition, out of the kindness of my heart. That's kind of true, but I am a businessman. I want to make some money, so that's why I do this, of course. So please buy my study guide, please. Anyway, so John continues. My wife has taken a couple times and scores better each time and stays just below the passing score each time, a little better than last. All an out-of-pocket expense. Yes, of course. Like I said, they want your money. They don't want the test to be easy because they want you to keep taking it, but they don't want you to. I'd say they probably don't want you to fail it so many times where you just completely give up. I mean, I've had people take the test 4 or 5 times. Unfortunately, really bad test anxiety a lot of people have. So they take this test, a few times, and then they get a little better, and it's, how bad do you want it? Are you willing to drop $1,000 to get this career? I don't know. Probably worth it. At that point, you've gone through all that schooling. Might as well do it. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, he's really loud. Powerful lungs. Trivia time. How many lobes does the right lung have? Okay. Is the testing hands-on and written? What should you expect? Is it timed? Do you get breaks? The test is not hands-on. You can take a break if you want. Your time does not stop. You get 2 hours. I believe it's 2 hours to finish the exam. So you can leave. In my experience, I do have a podcast, by the way, the MBLEx Test Prep Podcast. Episode 10, I believe, I went over my complete testing experience, and your testing experience might be the same. Yours might be different. Okay, so don't completely base everything that you're expecting to happen on my experience, because it could be something completely different. But go ahead and subscribe to that, listen to that, and it just gives you more information. That entire podcast, I'm up to 12, 13 episodes, something like that. I try to do them more consistently. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. I've been really busy lately trying to get this book done and released. Okay, so please go buy this book. A lot of time and effort has gone into making this book. Anyway, okay, moving on. Why do they tell you that outside practice exams and guides are not allowed? And how can they tell you who is telling you that that practice exams aren't allowed? Who's telling you that? Because that absolutely isn't true. You can take, this is a free country. You can take practice exams if you want. You can get study guides if you want. Don't listen to people that say, don't you dare. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And if you are looking at practice tests or study guides, look no further than the MBLEx Test Prep Complete Study Guide for the MBLEx 2019 edition, written by me, David Merlino, LMT. Go to Amazon.com or MBLEXtestprep.com to pick that up. in Florida. She has 5 years of experience and has schooled in Vallarta, Mexico. We are waiting for the study guide you are sending us. Thank you. Well, it's that study guide has been ordered. Again, it's the busy holiday season, so it might take a little bit. It should be there by the 18th, within the next week. I don't know why it's taking so long. So, do you know right away if you pass or fail? You don't know right away if you pass or fail. In my experience, anyway, what you do when you're done with the test, you will raise your hand. The test taker will come into the room, sign you out. Then you will leave. You'll scan your handprint. You have to scan your handprint every time you go in and every time you come out, just to make sure that you are the person taking the test, because they don't want a bunch of people going and taking the test for somebody else. And then they will tell you, or they will hand you a piece of paper that tells you if you pass or fail. If you fail, it's been so long since I've worked in a school. When I worked in the school, I was responsible for signing people up for the exams, doing the test prep course at the school that I was teaching at. So I used to know how they did it. It's been a few years since I've worked there, so I don't know if they changed anything, but it used to be if you pass, they slide you only one piece of paper. If you fail, they slide you two. And on the first piece of paper, it says you failed, and on the second piece of paper, it tells you how you did in each one of the subject categories. Okay, so it says you're really good in A&P and kinesiology and massage therapy, but you need work in pathology or something like that. Okay. So it might be the same. Again, every testing center is different. I don't know if it's exclusively Pearson VUE testing centers that you have to use. Unfortunately, I don't have all the answers. But in my experience, you don't find out right away. You find out a couple minutes after you pass. And it is one of those things where I just read something and then I just completely forgot what I was going to say. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Do you know right away if you pass or fail? It was something about that. Okay, yeah, I got it. I've had this question before. If you are taking the test, you have to take every question. Okay. If you score enough points to pass, the test doesn't just stop. Okay, you keep going. So you won't find out at any point during the test that you have passed. They probably do that. They want to get the information, how well people are actually scoring on this test. So it doesn't just shut off once you get 600 or 630 points, however many points you need. I think 630. Doesn't just shut off. They want to see how well you actually do on this test. So it's more of a data collection thing at that point. I mean, and you will be in a testing center with other people taking tests, not necessarily the MBLEx, but other exams for other things. Yeah, other tests for other things. That's right. And they don't want you causing a big scene if you pass and or fail. You find out in there with them. So if you pass and you're really excited, you could distract other people, etc. So. Are the podcasts all translation friendly? One of the early ones translated, and then some did not. I don't do the translation thing, so that's all dependent on whatever translation service you're using, I guess. I don't know if YouTube has a translation thing that you can use, but I don't know. Give it a shot. I've got 3 of my podcasts on YouTube right now. Eventually, I will add more. So there will be more of my podcasts on YouTube. It just takes some work, It takes some work. And I was even thinking, should I put those on YouTube, or maybe I should do a live stream? I'll do a live stream. So, yes, you do have to wait 30 days to retake your exam if you happen to fail, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just gives you more time to study. look at what you got to work on, and then work on that information. Now, in my study guide, I do lay out a pretty good study plan. Let me see. Where is it? It is on page number 2, titled "How to Use This Study Guide." I lay out a study plan that I think works pretty well. It would work for me anyway, assuming I had some time to actually study. And I should have gotten water. You know what? You're coming with me. I'm getting my water bottle. So definitely, you get that study guide. You look at that study plan, and that can help you study for sure. For sure, it can help you study. I think I left my water bottle in the car. Hopefully, this doesn't cut out on me as I move away from my router modem. There we go. Water bottle. So, what other questions we got? I am all ears or eyes. I guess I'm all eyes right now. Since I can't hear you asking questions. Anyone? Okay, we'll sit back down. Okay, well, it looks like my baby is starting to get upset. He's in his bouncy chair, and he doesn't like it when I walk past him. And it's getting close to nap time, so I am going to sign off. Thank you for joining me for the past 20 minutes, and hopefully you got some decent information out of this. I don't think anybody actually answered that last question that I asked. How many lobes the right lung has? How many lobes? I don't know. Look it up. It's a test question. All right. Before I go, one last time, please order a study guide. Again, right now on Amazon, they do have coupons, $5 off any order over $20. This is definitely over $20, $54.99. So you add that $5 coupon, that drops it down to $49.99. Everything you get in here, well worth the money, and that's not even, kind of considering the online aspect. You get unlimited online practice tests. You get online flashcards, video lectures where I talk about all this stuff. It's like you're in a class with me as your instructor, which is pretty awesome because I am the best instructor you will ever have. And it's, I don't know, well worth it for sure. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Please buy my study guide, and I will see you guys later.